When Vatti's noble family is ambushed in their own castle, he heeds his father's dying request to flee in possession of the cursed treasure of their bloodline, the Crimson Talisman. Aided by a cleric of dubious faith and loyalties named Kellister, and a mysterious wandering peddler named Niam, the young, dispossessed nobleman wants to find allies of his family to shelter him and explain his role as the guardian of the Crimson Talisman. The dread power seeking it, however, refuse to let him rest, so a chase across the many lands in the worlds of Eberron takes place, with everyone seeking the mystical artifact for their own agendas. GarbAugust is a reading event created by Criminali to encourage reading in genres that are often dismissed as trash. I'll have links below to his channel, as well as all the co-hosts scouring the landfills with him. Because you've all been paying careful attention to GarbAugust, I know you're asking, isn't this the week we're supposed to read cozy fiction? You're correct, and I have to say, coziness is a matter of perspective. So much of my youth was spent reading all those TSR tie-in novels. Dragonlance, Forgotten Realms, Dark Sun, Ravenloft. I read them almost as fast as they could print them. For me, reading this book was familiar and cozy in a way that no romantic comedy about rival trivia players who also own telepathic cats that solve crime in their spare time ever could be. For those of you who don't know, this book was meant as a tie-in for Wizards of the Coast's, at the time, new Dungeons & Dragons campaign setting of Eberron, which was created by Keith Baker as part of a contest. Eberron is high fantasy, but also significantly influenced by steampunk, pulp adventure serials, and film noir. Some of those elements come through in this book as characters jump from one action set piece to another, encountering airships, dinosaur-riding halfling bandits, militant elves, pirates, and ancient temples and jungles that have been influenced by eldritch horrors. Some of the sequences are pretty fun. That doesn't mean I'm unaware of the flaws. The characterization is pretty thin all around, but the protagonist is mostly a collection of young adult tropes glued together. He too often comes across as whiny and entitled, and his adventures don't really teach him any lessons or make him grow as a person. On top of that, he's almost entirely a passive protagonist, with the story mostly happening to him rather than as a result of any of his own actions. I think the novel would have been helped by making it first-person point of view in order to better grasp Vatti's sense of suspicion and paranoia, since everyone is after him for the talisman and he doesn't know who he can trust. On a related note, while there are a lot of interesting aspects to the setting of Eberron, the speed of the novel means we don't get a lot of time to explore any of it, which is a shame. I can't say that The Crimson Talisman is a great book by any stretch of the imagination, but it is fun and, for me, cozy, and if you're like me, you'll probably come away with the same feeling. Adrian Cole does a serviceable job providing an adventure story while playing with someone else's toys, so to speak, rather than his own original material, like the Voidal trilogy. But what do you, the audience at home, think? Have you read any of the Eberron-related novels, or another series published by TSR or Wizards of the Coast? Do you think of them as cozy? Am I wrong about coziness in literature? Be sure to share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my peculiar notions. If you appreciate this channel and want to support it, you know what to do. You can also take a moment to like, comment, share, or subscribe to the channel of another YouTube creator you enjoy, or the algorithm will hallucinate a new definition of cozy for you. Until next time, enjoy some cozy trash. Live and be well.